this nation of ours, on top of all that's going on already, that's what else we need to be on guard for. For every convict and inmate that's in that prison, you had to remember there's at least 25 running out here that have never been caught. And listen to me, I want to say something right now. With all the respect and all the condolence and all the love that I have in me for every parent that has ever lost a child or ever have a child gone missing, I am so sorry, but I have to say this thing out of respect and out of concern for those that need to hear this. It wasn't your fault your child was kidnapped and taken away, but I have to tell you, of all those hundreds of thousands of children that go missing every year, a majority of them have run away, and none of them have been abducted by aliens, I'm sad to say. Most of them have been taken away and buried in shallow graves by monsters. You know, when you go to prison, you go into that jungle mentality. There's only two things people can't stand. If you've hurt the young, if you've hurt children, if your crimes are against children or your crimes are against the elderly, they stick you in the SHU, which is a special housing unit, which is isolation, solitary confinement, and there they keep you, not for anything else except to keep you alive, for your safety. It's amazing. It's amazing. Those children that have been abducted, taken out, and horrendous crimes committed on them, and then their poor little bodies buried in shallow graves, weighted down with rocks and thrown into quarries. I don't know what. It's a horrific thing to even comprehend. But you got to understand something, folks. Parents, you got to get to the point where you're the one responsible for your children. You can't drop them off at daycares anymore and expect somebody who doesn't even really know your child to be responsible for your child, to watch after your child, to care for your child, to be concerned for your child like you would. That's what's happening in America. We're trying to put the responsibility of caring for the elderly and children on everybody else. That's one thing about the Asian culture and the Hispanic culture. If you ever looked at the Hispanic and Asian culture, they take care of the elderly. The elderly are there, they babysit the children during the day while everybody's in the house that's able to work, can work. And that's just Asian culture. Here in America, as soon as they're old enough to go to a daycare, boom, see ya. We stick them in a daycare for somebody else to teach them, for somebody else to raise them. When my son was born, James, when he was born 2 months premature, weighed 3 pounds, 12 ounces. My wife quit her job. When he finally came home from the hospital, my wife quit her job. We agreed that we would make it, because I was making enough. I've always made enough money for a one-income family. But we agreed that my son would stay home, and my wife would stay home, not have to work, and raise our child. And then we had a second child, a little girl. She's been home most of those years raising our child, because we agreed that the safest way to do it, and we wanted to have children that were brilliant. Thank God we did, because we took the time to teach them. James is a computer genius, a brainiac, and my other little girl, who's 16, and I'm not going to mention her name, is also a little brainiac. Great kids, and the reason is because we took time ourselves to train them. We trained them in the way that we wanted them to be, in the path we wanted them to follow. Children have got to be taken care of. The elderly have got to have a better care than what we're giving them. Nanny cams and hidden cameras. Use them. Stop all this nonsense that you're invading somebody's privacy. My God, the destruction that is caused after the fact, after people want to put the cameras in, is too late. Sometimes it's a little too late. All right, we've changed our mindset. We know the bad guy is out here, not the boogeyman. Don't start seeing a demon behind every smiling face. Don't start seeing a mass killer behind every hello. There are good people in America. There are great people. There are people that will still come to your rescue. There are people that will cover their girlfriends and take the bullet. Oh my God, my heart breaks when I think about that. Those are heroes, man. Heroes. Those are the true heroes. There are heroes that won't let terrorists fly planes into buildings. And the last recorded message on the voicemail is "Let's roll." Those are heroes. Those are bad boys. Those are men of character. Those are true warriors. And the men and women that go overseas and fight our wars, oh my God, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. When I was 18 years old, I turned 18, we were just ending Vietnam. I never had a chance to sign up because, well, me, the idiot that I am, I started committing crimes when I was young. And listen, for all you haters out there that think that you shouldn't even be listening to me because I'm a criminal. Well, maybe you wouldn't. Turn it off now. I really don't give a rat's ass if you do or not. I have experience and I have a voice that will listen. If you listen to it, it'll save your life because I'll give you heads up information. I paid my dues. I'm still paying the federal government back $309,000. When I got out of prison, I wrote letters of apology to the editors of the AJC. They wouldn't publish one of them. I wrote 7 times apologizing to the good people of Atlanta for the crimes that I committed against them. Because once I sobered up, when I committed those crimes, I was in a methamphetamine-induced haze. And when I committed those crimes, man, I'm telling you the truth, I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, I paid the dues. I paid the price to be here, to be a free man. I've gone to prison. I was shot through 15 different facilities over the course of 4 years in 4 different states. My mother died while I was behind the walls. My father just aged 10 years. My oldest brother died. I wasn't allowed to go to their funerals. I spent most of my time housed in solitary confinement cells and isolation cells because apparently they didn't want me making disciples and turning everybody else that knew me and talked to me into little ATM bandits when I got out, or when they got out. All right, well, I'm almost to work. I'm going to take a little bit of time to relax. We'll pick this up later. Change that mindset. They are out there. They're out there in force. They're moving amongst us like snakes slithering through the grass. They're closer than you think. It's time that we open our eyes and start noticing things in our subdivision. Start noticing cars that shouldn't be there. Cars that have different county tags that are slithering around your business, around your children. Start watching out. I'll give you a little bit more heads up later, but I got to concentrate. I got some big trees I got to take down today, so I got to have my head right. I'll be back. Peace.